they move to the CT side will be, are the players that are on this team sharing roles? I'd be very surprised if they will happen to
play a different position.
Yeah, but maybe Zach being in there helps them, but maybe that is a problem as well. But they are starting on the T side, and they're going to use a numbers game straight into the drop with 4 of their 5 players. Which way will they go? Will it be A? Will it be B? Stanislaw will be tagged through the wall, no less. Twist will watch them make their way towards the A site. Awkward reload timing, such as Counter-Strike.
So they got a couple of positions around the rat hopper's spot while slowly being eliminated. There's one for JDM trade from Zach. He's with a good angle, gets a nice, precise long-range shot, whilst Nitro is doing the opposite. And now it's just QK, and he's dead as well. They did get the bomb planted though, so there is that. The AK's on the 3rd round, or I would imagine that that's what we'll see as opposed to the force by next round. Considering the situation.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be surprised if they even have a pistol round right now. Beyond, clearly keep it simple, put 4 people in the drop. So I doubt they would have a strategy for a force buy situation here. But then maybe they think that it's the best situation for them. I don't know.
Well, with this kind of a buy, they could still buy up in 3rd round.
Oh god, what if some of them don't know some of the nades for like B rushes?
Oh no, I wouldn't be so surprised. Well, I guess like Destiny definitely should know. I feel like all of them should know, even Zach, simply because he's watched every practice. Surely he's figured out how the setups look and everything.
I know that Threat, when he's coaching LFP, he would like learn every single grenade piece. He would learn all the new grenades that players need to do, and then he would teach it to them.
Yeah. I was kind of hoping that's the case for Zach as well. But in any case, I think if you're Immortals, you fall back to literally what's been the cookie cutter thing for Brazilian teams to do on Cobble, which is, first off, you go B every single round. And you put down the same kind of like one-way-ish smoke that allows you to get behind the boxes, and then you straight up just take aim duels from there on out and hope for the best.
Well, Immortals will be hoping for the best every round, as we've seen the difficulties on their previous map. And again, that's like old school cobblestone. Send 1 player to try and kill people on plateau. Very simple stuff, but it doesn't work out.
Oh, that is gangster.
That is neat, yeah.
They are balling out of control right now. They are balling out of control. Damn. It's a nice way to start things off if you are Team Liquid. Sandstorm wants some action as well. Wants a piece of the pie. Piece of that money pie. Because that's what he'll be making if he gets kills with this gun.
Pies?
Money pie, yeah. Pie made exclusively of money, James.
Exclusively. Players have been spotted by Nitro, and grenades will be deployed to minimal effect. But it's support that counts.
Stamps off. Allows for Nitro to die before taking him out. Not a big deal in the grand scheme of things. I think Nitro, he might have had a cult actually. It's not super beneficial, but in any case, it's a round for Team Liquid with almost minimal losses. See the very nifty boost here. Do like to see stuff like that.
Is it minimal losses? I guess it is minimal losses if you...
Minimal losses would have 0 losses, right?
But then would you say minimal?
Nearly minimal would be
Well, I think
close to minimal as well.
But if
minimal loss can't be 0 loss.
yeah, because otherwise the word is redundant, right?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
So I think
that is fair.
1 is
Minimal
minimal. Alright, let's look at the definition. Definition time, boys.
Yeah, get on that
Definition time.
Oxford Dictionary. Let's go.
I think it just implies the least loss that is possibly expected in that situation.
Thought for a second that Elite actually jumped the guy. And a very uneventful round. Not too surprisingly, but...
Minimum, the least or smallest amount or quantity possible, which isn't really clear if that's 1 or 0.
I guess it's how do you find it, right? The minimum.
You're talking about loss. So
the minimum
has to be lost.
The minimum death you can have is 1, right?
Then the minimal Lost would be one person, right? Or one unit.
It's pretty easy. Come on, guys.
But you could go nitty-gritty, like, if you want to talk about Neo and Liquid lost something, not necessarily a person, but they took a scrape of damage.
Well, that would depend on what you define as a loss.
No,
Yeah,
exactly. That's exactly what it's about. And when you play a game of Counter-Strike, in each round you have an expectation of what loss looks like. Loss can range from minimum, and it can range to a higher level of loss, right?
To maximum.
And so for example, so there are certain situations with a certain expectation, an anti-eco, for example. People got rifles, they got Glocks and no Kevlar. Minimal loss is going to be very different there to another situation where the expectation is different contextually. That's at least how I think it makes the most sense.
Are you trying to say that context matter, Dan?
Nope.
Let's not get too crazy here.
He's trying to get his transfer game on as well. Not happening though. But this is the problem. Like, if Immortals don't have the knowledge of all the grenades and the right players to actually do the proper set pieces,
they won't actually get anywhere.
They're just going to be wandering between bomb sites because also like there's pop flash, all the pop flash setups you need to clear all the spaces are also really important. So they're really only in a position where they can make aim battles, and that's what they've been trying to do. They've actually just been trying to sort of creep into aim battles consistently. So I mean, it is early days. It's only round 5, but still, that's what we've seen so far. And I'd hope that we would see more, but again, as James said, the level of preparation for this team, we can't expect too much at this point.
Yeah, and that's kind of why I want. If I were them, I would keep it as simple as possible, and that's literally just go B every single round, just ignore. Or the A bomb site completely. It doesn't even matter if it gets to the point where Liquid starts stacking up with 4 players, because again, that's something that we've seen, not necessarily being the solution. As a CT to how you hold off like somewhat decent B execute, right?
Oh, but he does get stuck by.
Within the
Spent.
yeah, spent utility, yeah.
But it depends on whether or not you're just. Depends though. It's like again.
In that respect,
Misses his shot.
making money, them throwing it towards the door. I would imagine everyone knows that something like a door connect. Lucas, who threw the smoke towards long A over the roof and things.
Well, I mean, I think the problem isn't going to be knowing the nades. I think the problem is knowing what every person is supposed to do after throwing the nades.
Post-plant situation.
Yeah, just like the actual execute. So yeah, you put down your smokes, and who runs where and goes what.
Damn, son. Again, Immortals looking to break Liquid, feeling some weakness, but it is they who will be broken. That's 4 players lost.
It's an interesting discussion because for example, like as far as the minimal losses go, right? I still feel like you should be able to call grenades something that is lost.
It depends on how the grenade is.
Because you spend money. But that's the thing, isn't it? Because obviously, like everything in the game that you buy, the whole point is that it's supposed to get you a round win, and winning a round has that economic implication where it like pays back for itself, right?
Yeah, that's why for me it's use rather than loss.
So you could put it as like this negligible amount of money in some instances.
Well, it's use. It's like, you know, it's expected. Use of a grenade is expected, whereas
Expected loss. Okay, I like that. Expected loss.
Use of a grenade is expected, whereas loss is the other side imposing their will on you some way, which is either elimination. Well, probably elimination. So in respect of grenades, it would be carrying 3 grenades drops 1. So you could consider lost 2 grenades because you can retrieve the other one, or consider it 3 grenades and maybe some are recovered afterwards.
If you want to join in this discussion, which I think we'll probably move on for now, hashtag ECS4, let us know
Tweet
how wrong we are.
Specifically
How
about
right we are. One of the two.
Have we ever been wrong?
So Immortals with 2 rounds on the board. They've got another bye for this round, and they've lost a player early. I do wonder if we've seen the end of the rushes in a bye versus bye round from Immortals, because they have been problematic for them.
It's coming back, James. It's going to come back. I mark my words. Next bye round, we'll get some fast-paced action. I mean, or maybe they might just go to the execution on B again. It might just turn into this sort of like the old, the Cobble of old, when like 80% of rounds ended up on being a rush of B in some regard. Twist is awesome at this game. I have to say he is impressive. Twist though got 4 kills in CZ with 12 bullets, which is really impressive, I must say. It's close to optimal. It's actually close to optimal. He wasted a few bullets, but you know,
minimal losses.
Yeah, minimal losses. Just 1 player taken down. Maybe they're having a bet as to who can survive with the least deaths. Although that kind of thing can make you end up losing matches. All rounds.
Yeah, Stanislaw just haven't seen a lot of action in general, has he? Just 3 and 3 so far.
Yeah, he's playing AWP on A, but as long as the team is winning, then it does not matter.
Ooh, okay. Could have seen some action there.
Nitro didn't think he had time to fall back up the slope, so he's chosen an off angle. Stanislaw delivering some nice shots in the meantime. And the bomb is firmly in their control, as is the round. And it'll be maximum losses for Immortals.
I wonder why Stanislaw looked down towards. So he fell back because of the A long pressure.
Yeah.
And he looked towards the position Nitro was watching, exposing his back to A long. I was just really confused by that. I mean, what? Like either he doesn't realize his teammate's covering that.
No, he has to know because.
Yeah, he surely has to know.
He saw that Nitro threw, or either saw, heard, or got told that Nitro.
So why would he be looking?
No idea.
There if he
frag hungry maybe?
Yeah.
He's like, maybe they'll come through middle.
I have time for just 1 shot. If people are there. It's an interesting one.
Well, Immortals, they are quite lacking in utility. They barely have flashbacks in a round such as this, and JDM has immediately found some information. I'm sure he goes back to the well from the stairs. I'm sure he does.
He has nothing to fear.
Got a flash to peek into the angle once again. I think the smoke, him putting the smoke down, is actually baiting the players to peek him because they tried to dance around the smokes in the previous round. Either way, he gets a kill there. Stanislaw makes his way with some good timing, but not quite landing a connection there. And he may, okay, he's got some support. There's actually a flank coming in from the CTs. There's Nitro. Spotted, but he'll still get the kill on ZQKS.
Destiny gets taken out as well in connector. So that's basically the one pressure point that Immortals had to put on Stanislaw's side gone. That is unfortunate.
It's really useful for Stanislaw that Nitro was able to just run through all of A long and get that information that is clear at least. Although we can see Zach is going to move into that position, so...
Look how spread out they are. Like, who's going to be the point of contact here for Immortals? It has to be Zach who does an initial move, because the second that bomb gets spotted, Liquid doesn't have to move. And yeah, now they know where Steel is. And Zach serves no purpose anymore.
Yeah, that's the bomb gone. The bomb's long gone.
Oh, he didn't see the person in CT spawn.
Nice shot by JDM. 10-2 the score is Immortals still try to work out something that can work against Liquids consistently, but it's proving difficult with the lack of routine that they have at the moment. Liquid feeling very comfortable, got Stan on that secondary AWP towards A. Been doing a decent job so far. And actually, again, with the AWPing on A, you don't really need a flashy play. You do actually just need somebody who makes good decisions. And here is that rush into B.
Yeah, they've heard it coming. Not a buy round though. But you do wonder in the last 2 rounds what will happen. JDM's being hunted, going for the no-scope, or actually double the scope there, but didn't get the kill regardless. And this may be an unlikely round for the D side until Nitro comes to clean up. Spots the last player by the tree, and Stanislaw will take him down. And we move on.
Okay, well, I mean, obviously the most promising rounds they've had have been on B, unsurprisingly. So, I mean, the thing as well about Cobblestone, or it used to be the case, is that teams did really struggle holding B. Obviously, they've changed the layout a bit now, so it is harder for the Ts to have as much success, but so far, I mean, I wouldn't see this. I mean, they may as well just keep going for B, man.
Got to really feel for Steel.
I know, right?
Like, this sucks, man.
Maybe he'll join an American team.
And just speak
really good
good enough English, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think he wants to represent his country as well,
Yeah.
you know?
I could do it the phase way. Get your jersey, just have like the flag.
Yeah, but I feel like the Brazilians in America is a different scenario. And I think there's a lot of well, in the way that there's the scene for their specific country has risen, and in a way where I feel like I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of national pride with the Brazilian teams in North America. Maybe I'm wrong.
It's like they're kind of like the representatives sent out to showcase what they're capable of in a different region.
And to tell the other Counter-Strike players in Brazil, like, you know, this is achievable. We can do this together, kind of thing. That's how I feel when I watch them talk. And
there's no doubt that they have extremely strong ties to their home country.
Yeah.
And just the culture and how they want to represent their country in the best way possible.
I feel the same way about the UK scene.
No. Said no UK player ever.
Indeed. I'm usually ribbing on the UK CS scene quite a lot. The UK Quake scene was legit, man. A lot of good teams.
No one remembers that. I want to go to LAN. I love the UK scene.
Alright, well, quick B executives working out here this time around for Immortals. Finally.
Telling you, man, it was always the way forward. It's always the way forward.
Oh yeah, we went wrong.
Ooh.
It looked like it was on. Did he actually hit it?
I'm not sure.
No, highly doubt it.
Well, there is a a last round. So that's an extra bubble as far as breathing space goes. They've made it past 2 rounds. Oh no, was it 1 round?
They get 1. Yeah.
Last game.
So
Now they've got 3. What if they win the pistol?
then the world is their oyster. But as of right now, they have yet to win a pistol.
You a fan of oysters? Do you eat oysters?
Oysters? No.
Dan eats oysters.
I absolutely loathe
really
them.
good for you.
You loathe them?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't understand the point of them.
They're super good for you.
Yeah, but they.
It's like a superfood.
So are carrots. I'll take carrots.
So is avocado.
So is an apple.
Yeah. Why are you hitting on apples, Dan?
My dad loves oysters, but he's old school. I'm like, what? I don't understand. This is very functional for me.
I just don't like. Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't like anything about them.
It doesn't taste of anything. Anyway, let's see if Immortals can get something done here. Charging towards the A site. Steel is showing, but his teammate, I don't know if he is right. Well, he's dead now. Dead now, of course. Steel poking, prodding, but Twist is too much.
Yeah, they got the site as well, so that's going to be tough for Immortals. Oh, hello. Twist will have Destiny. And there is the trade fragger melted away by the Colossus. Folks unsure where to go or to look.
Okay, so Dan, what do you like about oysters? I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm asking and like.
They're nice.
Okay.
Just enjoy eating.
I was looking for more than that, but that's fine. I'll take that. I like oysters because they are nice. Says Dan.
They're alright. I mean,
Says Dan, age 8.
I'm not crazy about them, but they're nice.
Because for me, I don't. I suppose you could compare them to snails, in the sense that they don't really taste of anything beyond the garnish, and the texture isn't really doing much either. So I don't get it. But then I couldn't tell you why. Although in fairness, I don't really like seek out escargot either, and I think I eat them for the garlic more than anything else. But I basically retired from eating. There's not a lot going on for us now. That's for me. Do you like a frog leg though?
One by one. One by one. In isolation, they're getting taken down. It's a sad reality. Very sad reality. The reality change.
Just can't kill a leech, man. Although, Steel had plenty of time to kill him. In fairness, that was a pretty slow reaction from him.
We've seen that a couple of times. Something at the pistol on the overpass as well.
I would have killed the leech there.
10 out of 10.
He would have been totally dead. But
Flat on the ground.
There we go. We should take Steel on holiday. I think he deserves a holiday.
Yeah.
Where do you take him?
Barbados.
Wow.
Go.
I haven't been to Barbados yet.
It's probably like the one place you haven't been at this point.
I'm doing my best.
Getting around there.
There are so many islands, though. Little islands. I'd like to go to Micronesia, but this is not a travel show.
It could be though, James. It could be.
Well, it could be a travel show, but Immortals are firmly on the bottom of the leaderboard and don't seem to be moving anytime soon. Liquid, however, could charge to the top with what is essentially going to be 4 victories today. Two matches played, 4 victories. It's a pretty good day.
Yeah, it's a great day for Liquids.
Round difference is going to be off the charts.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. Oh, that's massive for them.
Because I do believe they'll get 16-0 for the forfeit losses.
Oh wow.
So, good times. Good times. And considering it was 16-1 as well
Oh my
in
god.
the previous one, and this one might be a 16-3.
That's
Just a great day, isn't it? It's a great day.
That's going to be hard to catch them on that round difference.
They could, if there's a tie, no one's going to touch them.
Yeah. Oh, there's birds. I heard some birds there.
The chirp of birds.
Yeah, that was nice. I think there should be more.
We've heard you get them on overpass.
Yeah. These ones are nicer.
I referenced when there's that quiet time on overpass and you hear the chirp 1 or 2 times. I have referenced that you hear the chirp of birds on the Japanese subway in Tokyo.
Oh yeah.
To help dissuade people from jumping in front of trains.
Ooh, I actually heard that.
Yeah,
I've seen
because
it,
it's
yeah.
true. Yeah, I'm saying it because it's a fact. I'm not like making it up.
No, that would have been like a supremely weird thing to make up out of the blue.
Your reputation is.
Oh, the smoke was too deep. I know what he was trying to do there because I do it myself. You put a smoke through the door, and then you go close to the smoke, and basically block people if they're trying to pop flash their way through, and then you just get to spam them for free. But Bolt's smoke was too deep, and he was exposed. Bomb's down though, and there might be a 4th round for Immortals.
They can get that bomb, can JDM. The smokes are doing their job at the moment. Oh, there you go. Finally. Got the grab in the ends. They're going to get the balcony. The flames coming in just at the perfect moment for the double. And all of a sudden it's just Destiny that remains against Stan and JDM. Now just JDM. 3K with the rifle. The rifle clutch from JDM. That'd be something. Come on, let's go. Here it is. Oh, the AK is not good enough from JDM. Destiny with the snap.
What if you are Destiny? Because he left Luminosity to join. He left a team to join. Although, yeah, I can only assume it was like -3 players. So maybe there's probably better pay.
I feel
But
like
beyond that, like it's like, what are you joining? What are you leaving?
Wait,
Versus what are you joining?
Destiny +1?
it's they lost.
SHZ left as well, didn't he?
Sorry.
I think it's SHZ.
Yeah, Shaz. Or
Where's he gone?
And they got Cello and they got Nekiz,
Nekiz,
and those are 2 massive upgrades, I think.
Yeah, they're looking much better. But I mean, maybe he got kicked. But the timing is weird to pick up 2 new players for Luminosity. So it's all very complicated in the Brazilian team right now. And then where did SHZ go?
Still just completely owns JDM there. JDM went for a pretty forward play with that all. Still just caught on the reload.
Does Twist wanted that up so bad?
Come on, Liquids. Don't get sloppy now.
Biased. You're a biased commentator.
No, it's one of those things where
I'm telling HLTV.
I always like when a team is dominant for them not to get complacent at any point. It's something that's a very common occurrence, but I think it's good to practice crushing your opponent. Like even in all situations, it's actually because it's a mindset, it's a champion's mindset that you just give no edge.
Yeah.
And then when people play you, it feels like they can't find an edge. It's a very, I mean, if you're complacent, then
Basically,
you also don't get as good practice because you're not. You should always be.
Your wish shouldn't be to, beat your opponent. It should be to demoralize them, destroy them, like utterly crush their hopes of living.
Yeah.
I love doing that. It's great.
It's
I love demoralizing people.
But it's so easy because it's like this natural human thing that happens. It's like, oh, I can relax a bit, and your focus drops off because you
think the job is done.
Yeah, the job feels like it's basically done, and you're just running through the motions. But you have to fight against that, and it's useful to get practice doing that. But
Oh!
Nobody saw it. Nobody saw it. Don't worry.
That's like, I don't know if other people have this, but I have this really stupid habit with an AWP where I have to flick, even if I'm on the person.
Oh.
So sometimes I'll just flick off the person and miss. It's really annoying. It's like I feel like it's a psychological barrier, which is very hard to catch in the moments.
Oh, definitely. It's just like a natural kick that you get.
I mean, do you have anything like that, Dan, as a Quake player? You've got lots of flicking with railguns.
yeah, you have a similar thing. But with Quake, it can be a bit easier sometimes because sometimes the types of shot that you take, like with the Orb, I feel like you're always doing some kind of a flick. Like there's a tiny flick, like if you're a flicky player, so that's gonna happen a lot of the time. But with Quake, there's a few other techniques you throw in there which it still happens, but it alleviates it a bit.
I guess it's a bit different because you don't have a scope and Quake to the same extent. Because you don't necessarily use the zoom on a rail, do you?
A lot of people do.
Really?
Well, there's a zoom. You make a zoom script, and a lot of people use it. And
Wow.
in Quake, the newest Quake,
Scripting
you have to
confirmed in Quake.
zoom. You have to zoom in the newest Quake as well. Like I've never zoomed ever, and I had to do it in the newest one.
Like classic Quakes.
What's that?
Like the classic Quakes is very different.
They play very different, yeah.
Well, that's. I mean, my question was for classic Quakes as opposed to the new one.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, well, it's a similar thing. It happens. as you say, it's sort of like just a psychological phenomena.
Yeah,
There's
I
a
hate
few
it,
things
though.
like that.
It's so.
I think it's a bit like that thing where you see two targets and you sort of like shoot in between them.
Oh yeah.
Maybe.
That classic one as well.
But it's like one of the things that makes me inconsistent, which is why I get very annoyed with myself when I do that. Dead QKS now landing his shots. He has some shadow information. He sees the player jumping. He knows it's a smoke grenade, but he's going to reposition. Jumps and spots him, but he can't quite hold on. Coach Zach holds things down to keep his team in this with some support from Steel.
Yeah, just picking up some rounds. 7 on the board. Liquids on the save. On the save. Oh, that felt good.
Yeah.
There we go.
Dead QKS round. Boom.
There's all kinds of like weird things you have to sort of like weird like innate psychological like human flaws that you have to recognize, generate the awareness, and then push past. Just as Stanislaw pushed past Zach, pushed him off the broken wall.
Surely he heard them running because he was running along the wall.
It did seem really outplaced, didn't it? Like, yeah, no idea.
So to like jump peek that is curious. I mean, you get those cues very early on.
He's looking for the triple collateral, James. That's what he's looking for.
Perhaps he was.
So I'm going to get something out of this. Immortals, though, they'll get the round regardless. 2 orbs collected into the next round. They could win another buy. Let's see what they're up to for this one. See how they decide to close things down or attempt to do so. And Immortals can do, like, they can continue to try to do crazy stuff, but I would imagine that Liquid would be expecting it to a degree. Like, ZQK got the initial AWP pick in the previous rounds by going fairly forward. Surely, Liquid would be ready for that if that happens again.
I'm sure Immortals are going to get impatient and peek the plateau. I mean, you can go back and forth with flashbangs. That's a nice deep Molotov, which will be cancelled out with a smoke grenade. Zach tagged very early on, but still may be able to pick up 2. The push from Twist. They know Zach's in the red. Awkward stuff.
Does anyone have a flash from that? Yeah, Stan. With the flash. Just gonna allow for Twist to get out.
Oh, I had mollies and bits and bobs, but there we go. The flashes continue. ZQKS with the angle, but not with the kill. Repositioning. You know, Nitro's dead. A wide peek from Nitro will take his face off.
That does not sound comfortable. Face removal services. Nitro just trying to get that pressure in towards A, trying to delay any rotation.
Rotation has been successful, or drawing the rotation has been successful. Only Zach left on the B-bomb site.
13 HP as well. He's not going to have a good time here on the statue. Let's see what he can get. Smoke down on the left side to play around. That's a really smart smoke from Zach. Work off a great flick shot coming in from Zach. Can he get something else? Yes, he will. One more player to find. Zach looking for a trio of kills to close the round. And Stanislaw knows he's lurking, but beautifully played by Zach. Doesn't peek, allows Bolts to do the heavy lifting right at the end.
We are asking a lot of Zach in that situation, and I'm surprised he was able to deliver that much with only 13 HP. Such high risk to peek. That was a great shot into a Liege, and Coach Zach leading by example once more. Now Immortals are close to double figures, and the cash has run out for Liquid. But I do believe they are a maximum loss bonus, so they'll try to do as much damage. Yes, they are. Very a distinct lack of CT round 1. That might be scary for Liquid going forward, despite being on match points. But it is 6 from 6 that Immortals require.
Oh, just like slightly damaging every player, but only getting 1 kill. The classic Destiny falls on the statue as well. Zach, the picture of consistency so far. That's the first shot missed. Won't miss it a second time. Going back to the well. Nitro does some damage. Ooh, he makes it 1v1.
It's on Zach once again.
Man like Zach. With AWP, Nitro's got 2 flashbangs, but doesn't know what's around the corner. Tries to give himself some breathing room by shoulder peeking, making sure he's not close. Okay, just go all the way out. No flashes required. That's curious, especially when there's a fair chance he's going to be scoped in and may not see the flashbang at all.
Before Zach gets poached by SK.
Why not?
That'd be so sick. How sick would that be? Just turns out that Zach actually starts playing and he's like, oh my god, I'm actually godlike. I'm actually so sick of this game.
First guy to go from like coach to player, not the
Yeah.
opposite way around.
It's like, why did I do this?
He's like a sponge. He just like absorbs like information and skill by watching.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Zach's such a nice guy as well. Really nice to talk to.
Nice.
Right. Liquid's exercising somewhat of a default here, looking to take map control towards A whilst they've got presence towards drop and plateau. Important engagement. ZQK needs to take a page out of the Zach book of AWP as he misses a shot, has to fall back and away. Does survive though, which is fortunate for Immortals, of course. But look at this map control from Liquid. They've got drop now. Wow, Immortals are very forward here as well on plateau, so this actually is a pretty good round so far for Immortals. They could do a lot with this.
Yeah, that's a big bait set up towards the plateau. JDM though, he's got a flashbang to deploy with it. We'll just get rid of the bomb, making sure to throw it to a player, not on the floor. Because that would give some positioning away, especially with 35 seconds on the clock. So here comes the flashbang. I'm sure Zach will deliver a shot regardless. Unlucky not to get anything out of that, 1 for 1, but has he done enough damage? 25 seconds left. Zach seeing players everywhere. Way too many targets for him. 3 on 3. ZQKS taking a very curious angle, but the bomb will get planted.
Zach Knorb, it's very good that Liquid took him down after he didn't have time to shoot again. He's really consistent on those AWP shots so far. JDM with a great vantage point with his AWP, however, toss of the Molotov into the drop zone will prevent an easy passage back to the site for the CTs on this retake. This important retake. There's one to the chest for Destiny as JDM repositions and closes it down 16 to 10. Liquid managed to eventually